Yo, I got my first can of Singlecut, and I think they're switching to basically all canning now, and it's their double dry hopped Workers Are Going Home double IPA. I haven't had the single dry hopped Workers Are Going Home. This one has just been popping up here in the Boston area for the past week or so. I'm glad that I was able to get a can, because this stuff I'm sure goes real fast. The place where I got this, I think, sold it out, in a few hours today. My friend had to save this can for me. It's 8% alcohol. It says it uses Euro, Aussie, and Pacific Northwest hops. So they probably use like Hull Melon or Mandarina Bavaria or Hallertau Blanc hops from Germany, I'm guessing. Maybe some British hops, but it seems like British hops aren't really ever used in these juicy American IPAs. The Aussie hops, could be Galaxy or something, and Pacific Northwest hops also. And dry hop twice, totaling 124 IBUs, as they always make their IBU count really high, and IBUs just don't really matter. And this is really fresh. It was canned 8 days ago. Yes, 8% alcohol, so not as strong as some of their other double IPAs, like Softly Spoken to Magic Spells. This doesn't say anything about using unique malts, probably mostly pale malt. And it's very orangey. I got a brighter light over here to help add some glow to some of these beers. And this one is, very hazy. Looks like a Singlecut beer. Has pretty nice head. It seems like they've translated from bottles into cans pretty well. We'll see how the head lasts, though. And I'm smelling it already a little bit. It smells a lot like sweet orange juice. And it's very, I wouldn't say, not clear haze, but unchunky haze happening. Yeah, I bet there's Hull Melon hops in there. It's melony, orangey. Just a very, very slight eucalyptusy, minty thing, probably from the Australian hops. And maybe there's mosaic in there too, adding an extra peachy note and a little bit of spice. But a lot of orange colored fruits, I would say. Melony, cantaloupe, apricot. Orange is the main thing I'm getting. Maybe some ruby red grapefruit. Very nice aroma. Maybe not as intense as double dry hopped Trillium beers. But it has a very nice head. Lacing sticking around there. And I'm not getting too many harsher resinous notes on the nose. But I can tell it's going to be quite bitter. It's just got a little bit of pith. Full body, sweet. That's really, really nice. Finishes lots of syrupy fruit. Lots of canned peaches and cantaloupe. That's really nice. It's got a floral, very sweet, clean floral notes too. It's not stinky flowers. It's not garlicky or anything like that. A lot of sweetness, a lot of body. And it has a drying, pithy bitterness on the tongue that I get from most Singlecuts, but it also has plenty of sweet fruit juiciness happening. Lots of bittersweet orange happening. But a sweet fruitiness lingers, but there's also a pithiness. It's all the stuff at once in it, but it finishes without any weird green notes. Maybe there's a little bit of a menthol, like hop leaf chlorophyll-y thing happening. But the smell translates to the flavor pretty clearly. But this packs a punch. It's like biting into a hop cone and squirting in some like having an orange candy or something like that all at once. I like this definitely more than Softly Spoken Magic Spells, but I haven't had the DBH version of that one. But I like these when they're lower alcohol, 8%. It's still got lots of body going on and sweetness, and the bitterness is there, and I'm feeling some heat from the booze, but it's really nice. I wish it, yeah, or maybe it's a tad less bitter, because I'm not into the super bitter beers these days. And now it's maybe the aroma's not quite as fruity and sweet. I'm also coming off of a cold, but I can still smell this pretty well. It's a lingering bitter orange with some melon, but I feel like the softer melon and peach notes are going away after a while once the bitterness builds up, which is a thing that happens a lot with Singlecut. And it's not bad at all. It's a little harsher on the bitterness, though there isn't much burn in the back of the throat. And there's still a little rim ahead hanging out. But now I'm getting a strong two-row pale kind of bready sweetness, along with a lingering cat tongue from the bitterness of this beer. Like, it dries out all your taste buds, and I can feel them all in the roof of my mouth. It's a little too bitter for me, I would have to say. Whereas with Trillium, a lot of their double dry hop beers make it perfectly bitter, because they're like a lot of the regular street beers, like Congress Street. The regular version is rather sweet. A lot of the beers I find them to be pretty sweet. With the double dry hopping, this raises the perceived bitterness, adds some chalkier mouthfeel. But this one is maybe a little too much. Maybe that's one thing about Singlecut, is that their single hopped IPAs are already pretty bitter for me, but this is just kind of amping it up. I do love the added mouthfeel and aroma, but I wonder if I would like this one more if it weren't double dry hopped. I mean, I usually am always all for the double dry hopping, but if you just don't want something that's like ridiculously bitter, you might want the non double dry hopped beer, which, as to say, just single dry hopped. It kind of packs more of a punch than you think for something that's 8%. I like to try some of Singlecut's single IPAs that are double dry hopped. I gotta keep saying single and double, no more, but I give this a good rating. I'm not enjoying it as much as I did at first, though, because of the bitterness that's building up now. But I do, yeah, definitely close to like 85 or around there. It's worth trying, but I would split this with someone. Finishing the whole can while it gets warm, I wouldn't probably be a huge fan of it. But now I think these Singlecut cans will make it this beer more available for everyone. And definitely try them if you're a fan of any IPA, in my opinion. It might bring some of the people who want more bitterness and intensity in their hazy IPAs. It might make some of those people that aren't into the sweeter hazy IPAs get into the genre. So it's worth it for anyone. Goodbye.